morning all. That's the fuel station we filled up at in Orte, and here we are just leaving the truck stop.
Take the slip road on the right to A1, then keep left.
With 363 miles to go to our destination, so at 52 miles an hour, that's 7 hours plus a break is 8 hours. It's now 3:15 in the morning, so I'm hoping to be there.
Keep left to E35
for 11:15. That's my wish, please. We're going down past Rome, skirt Rome, so we shouldn't get any delays there, and then down towards Napoli, and then out into the sticks. Oh, excuse me. So, let's crack on. Morning all, welcome back. As you can see, daylight is broken. We're down just past Salerno on the Amalfi coast. Whoa. The traffic heading north now has actually thinned out a bit, though it is still fairly busy. But all the way down, it's been absolutely chock-a-block. So, I don't know, you know, it's fairly early in the morning, but honestly, it was really, really busy. Sorry about the state of the windscreen. I have tried to clean it, but something's landed on it right in the middle of the camera. It must have a sign on it saying splat here. Anyway, it looks like it's going to be a lovely day. You can see the sun breaking just behind the mountains over to my left hand side. We've just over 160 miles to go to our destination. I've got an hour, just under an hour left on this driving period. So I'm going to run my time out. It's not, I don't know, anywhere between now and the next hour. Grab a bit of breakfast and then do the last run into the delivery. 150 miles are on this Orte route, autostrada, and the last 11 are off it. So that's not too bad. I like big numbers like that because you know that you can get your mileage in, and then the last little bit is just the bit you've really got to work out, really. But having looked at it on the map, or on Google Maps rather, I would guess out of that 11, probably 8 or 9 of them are actually on another slightly smaller autostrada, and then the last bit is on little sort of B roads type thing. But yeah, pretty pleased with making good progress south. That'll do. Right, 1500 metres to the service area where I wanted to go. Look at that for dramatic weather. All the clouds on the side, hugging the side of the mountain, then the sun breaking through in the middle, and then what looks like mist off to the right hand side. Huh. Bizarre. Yeah, just coming up to 4.5 hours drive, so that's spot on. I'm going to pull in here and have a bit of a coffee and clear the taco, and then 115 miles to go to the delivery. So 2.5 hours should see that boxed off. We'll get me there in lovely time. Anyway, let's get a coffee here. There we go then. Orange juice, coffee, and a Nutella croissant. climbing for miles. Nothing really steep, just long drags, you know, which is great in the truck. I enjoy hills. The truck's certainly up to them and on top of them, and this weight is absolutely spot on for it. I'm not fully freighted, but I'm up there, and it just romps away with this type of terrain. It's incredible. Just letting the engine brake and gearbox retarder do its stuff now coming down here. You don't even have to touch the brakes. I've only got it on a couple of clicks. Everybody loves the bridge, right? Here we've got a bridge and a tunnel. Two for the price of one. When I came out with the services just after my breakfast, I think it was something like 115 miles to go. I can't remember. I did say at the time. And I'd only been going on the road about half a mile, and it went A2 is shut or whatever, rerouted, and it gave me this route. It added another 60 miles on, and I thought, oh, great, that's all I need. But having followed it, I followed the main route down, because sometimes the sat-nav will pick up road closures if they're overrunning. So sometimes, you know, if they do to finish at 6 a.m. And they overrun by half an hour or an hour, they'll notify the highways agency that they're going to overrun. Google will keep the road closure in place, but actually the closure may be lifted. So I thought, well, I looked on Google Maps and there was no closure, so I thought, well, I'll just keep it going until the closure, and then come off and reroute from there. Anyway, sure enough, when I got there, the closure wasn't in place. There was a couple of workmen doing a bit of jobs in Central Reservation, so I guess they may have just been clearing up the last little bits of the closure. But as soon as I'd gone through it, it routed me back and knocked the 60 mile back off my total to destination. So we're back at 74, but it's at 74 now. Another big bridge. Beautiful day, 20 degrees. Another little bridge up ahead. Climate well up here, look. Here we are then, just on the outskirts of Cosenza, heading towards our drop. We are just 7 miles away at the moment. The scenery is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, blimey. The roads are a bit lumpy, but put up with that. Beautiful. Just going into a tunnel, so I'll catch you the other side. Here we are then, continuing the climb up. We're proper getting high up here now. You should be able to see in a minute. Oh, you can just see it through there. But above the tree line now, right in the distance, is the motorway that we came off, and you can see there, look, right up in the top, you can see the a new bridge, a big concrete bridge. Let's see if you can see it now. Typically you can't see it now, look. Oh, it's right up in the gap. No, you can't see it at all. Oh, there. Yeah, you can just see it sort of at 2 o'clock if you look at 2 o'clock position. Load of trees now. Can't see a thing. It's a high old bridge. Good God. Don't sound like in the best of health. Fairly high up, as you can see. So we've arrived at the delivery point, spun round in his yard, and just parked alongside, as you can see, we're alongside the autostrada that I came in on. What a view from up here though. Pity that house is in the way. But it's high up, it's proper high up, we're right up in the mountains here. It's scorching too. Anyway, I'm backed into position, and he's going to crack on when he's ready. So I'm just sitting here contemplating what to have for breakfast. Right, there we are, tipped. Wow, the scenery up here is absolutely spectacolare. Here we are, just dropping down to the outskirts of Cosenza again. Look at that new bridge. It's a beauty. Afternoon again. So we're clear of Cosenza and we're running up the toe of the boot before we turn back inland and drop down sort of to the instep of the boot, if you imagine, you know what I'm talking about. Shape of Italy, and we run along the coast, along the instep to the heel, and then up the back of the boot to towards Bari, where we're reloading tomorrow lunchtime. So I've got a place in mind to stop tonight, which is along the instep, along the coast. It's about 45-48 miles away now, and I've got an hour and 17 on a 9-hour drive. So I'm hoping to keep it to a 9-hour drive. There's no point in doing a 10, and that'll leave me my 10s for heading back up north when I can get some mileage in. There's no point doing one today, because I can do got to do tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be an hour and a half, maybe a couple of hours away from where I'm loading, so I can run up there in the morning and still do a good shift tomorrow afternoon into the evening. Just the other side of the trees there, you can see the sea. Woohoo! Old castle there, look at the view they've got. Wow. Now we're going over that bridge. See the sea when we get round this corner. Restaurant, that, wow, that's good. Oh yeah, look at that for a view. Woohoo. Morning everybody, that's me just leaving my park up from yesterday.
Half a mile, take the slip road on the right toward Taranto.
I had a walk down to the beach last night and found one bar out of 3 that was open. It is a bit of a touristy spot, and obviously it's come to the end of the season. So I just had a couple of beers on the beachfront, watching the sun go down, and a couple of locals sat there. Yeah, it was really nice. Anyway, just had a message from the boss.
Take the slip road on the right.
My load is ready,
Taranto, then enter the tunnel.
which, had I known earlier, I could have set off earlier. But anyway, it is what it is. We've probably about 2.5 hours to get there with 127 miles to do. Back through these narrow roadworks. Yeah, with 127 miles to do. Which, as I say, should take us about 2.5 hours. There's no traffic, so I'm alright here. Get this out the way.
Continue on Strada Statale 106.
There we go. Sorry, yes, 2.5 hours to go, and then we can get our load on and start heading north. I don't know whether you'll be able to see that bridge over to the. Can you see? Yeah, you can. Yeah, the size of that. I don't know if it's a railway bridge or a road bridge, is it? Yeah, it's railway, it's got power lines above it. Look at the size of it. It's on a right big loop as well, look. It goes right round in front of us. So we've headed across the bottom of the sole of the boot of Italy, if you like. And we've turned north now, heading up towards Bari, which is 68 miles, well, it's 68 miles up to my destination where I'm loading today. So an hour and a half should box that off. Morning again, folks. We're just 3.5 miles from our collection. 2 of them are on this motorway section here, and then obviously the last 1.5 miles, it's only just off the motorway, sort of drop down a bit and then double back. back up towards the motorway, so I can probably see it when I'm going alongside the motorway.
1 3/4 miles, take the exit on the right toward Andria.
Big thanks to young William Kettlety, who loaded here previously and sent me a drop pin for it last night, because the address I got was correct, but the road is like 2 or 3 miles long, so rather than driving up and down the road looking for it, he sent me a drop pin so I can go straight to it, hopefully. Anyway, we'll concentrate on getting that sorted, and maybe I'll be able to show you some different angles of backing in or whatever when we get there. We'll see. Catch you in a moment. Okay, we're eventually loaded there. Then took about 3 3.75 hours. They were bringing the grapes fresh in from the vines in the fields. Now we've got to go back down to Bari, which is another 1.25 hours south, to clear customs, get the documents. Time's against us. They shut, the guy says they shut at 5, and it's 3:05 now. It's 1.25 hours down there, so that's 4:20, and it's about 30 to 40 minutes walk into the port area from where you can park, so I'm told. So first of all he said they shut at 6, then he said they shut at 5, but anyway, we'll head on down there, see what we can sort out. Hopefully we'll get cleared today. If not, it'll be tomorrow morning. Well, hopefully that's gone all right. I've picked up my customs document from outside the ferry port at the agents, and one of my colleagues says it's a pig to find and he had to walk 45 minutes, but unless I go back and I've been clamped or towed, which I doubt as I'm quite heavy, then I packed just less than 5 minutes away. So I don't know where he ended up, but anyway, there's all the ferries, as you can see, going to Greece and various other destinations. It listed them down here actually. Old port building there, look. So that's pretty good actually. Apart from the lateness in the day, at least I've got my paperwork, so I can crack on. Probably got a 45-minute break to take on the way up if I do over a 4.5 hour shift, so I might not do that. I'll work it out when I get going anyway, and in relation to what time it is and all the rest of it. But I can have a 9 hour off tonight because I had 3 hours waiting to load, so that gives me a split break, which means I won't use one of my 9s in effect, even though I actually am, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm parked there, look, just by that yellow truck, and I don't see any police swarming around it as yet, so hopefully we'll be okay. Anyway, let's crack on. Morning folks, busy here this morning. 6 o'clock, everybody setting off. I've stopped at this restaurant once before and it was good, but last night was even better. I had an absolutely gorgeous spaghetti, mushrooms, peas and cream sauce dish, a beer to start with and a glass of wine with my tea, and it was all absolutely gorgeous. 18 euros I think it was for the lot, but worth every penny. It's really, really nice. Anyway, I'm going to try and get to believe it or not, I was trying to get there on another previous trip, the Shell garage at Modane, just through the Frejus tunnel. It's 474 miles, so on a good day I'll get that done in a 10, which I've got. But we could encounter delays at the tunnel and also Bologna or anywhere else en route. But anyway, let's crack on and see how we get on today.
Turn left onto E55, then keep right.
Good morning again. I think on one of my previous Italian trips, I stopped overnight at Refueling, and I'm not sure if I did get fuel in this one or I was going to get fuel in this one. But anyway, I'm going to get fuel in this one today. Can't remember if I did last time. Yeah, we've done the first 2.5 hours of the first shift, and I need fuel, so I'm going to call in here and probably just top up the big tank and AdBlue, and hopefully grab a coffee, because from memory you can't get to both sides, but we shall see. Let's get round this corner here, and the pumps are in front of us. I think what I'll do is go to this one here. See, there's no AdBlue, no AdBlue. That's why I went last time to that one on the far side. I should have remembered. What we'll do is, yeah, go to this one on the far side, and then I can put fuel and AdBlue in. And then that'll get me up into France. I'm going to need another top up before I get back to the UK anyway, but this should get me a good deal of the way. Let's go. There we go. Topped up the trailer. Topped up the big tank, topped up the AdBlue, got myself coffee, and just finishing the last of them little biscuits I bought the other day, which are very, very nice. Morning again. Here's probably quite familiar surroundings here. This is Bologna. It's 20 past 9 English, so 20 past 10 European time. So I shouldn't catch too much traffic, if any. So it should be a good time to get through Bologna. And then we're up to Piacenza, and then just south of Milan we'll turn left or west across towards Alessandria and up to Turin, and then from there head up towards Frejus and the tunnel. It's 273 miles to Modane, which is where I was hoping to head to for this evening. I've just finished my break and I was just chatting to that chap there as best I could. He's I don't know if he's on YouTube. He's given me I give him my sticker and he's given me a couple of his, so I'll check later on. But you should have seen the interior of his truck. I'll put a picture of it up. I'll try and lighten it up because it was fairly dark inside, but it was absolutely brilliant. He'd I don't know what it was, like that dip that you see where they put it in
Turn right
water.
onto the road, then keep left.
And he'd a massive speaker system in his door. Whew. I just had a lovely one of them melons from yesterday.
Be in any of the 3
Looking
left
gorgeous,
lanes.
fresh as anything.
In half a mile, keep
Really
left
juicy
to
and nice.
E35.
Anyway, let's crack on. Up towards Milan, across to Alessandria, and up towards Turin. Hopefully get through the tunnel nice and quick. Well, we've caught this chap up with the other Scania. Thought that van was going to pull out on him then, but he's alright. See if we can get him to blow his horn when we get up level with him, because it's a nice sounding thing. Just move this round on the mount. It's got a full light display and everything going now, look. Top man. Passed this fella earlier on today, look. He must have a fair bit of weight in them, but look at the coils on the top. He's only got the odd straps on the bottom ones, but the coils on the top, he's just got one strap through each one. Oh dear. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I could see at least 4 coils on the front, on the deck, with no straps on them at all. Oh well. Great run so far across to Turin. My sat nav's just flashed up that there's 22 minutes of delay in 38 miles. So that's probably the queue to get through the Frejus tunnel. So my intentions were to get through tonight or this afternoon anyway, because you never know what's going to happen. So if you've got the chance, get through and get the thing out of the way. It's done then, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to run through, hopefully get to Modane before I need a break. I've got just short of an hour and 20. With a bit of luck, it's 65 miles, so if I have a good run, I should be able to do it. If not, I might take a break up at the Frejus tunnel, and then because I'll have broken, well, I'll need to break into a 10 then to get me through, so I'll probably run a bit further than Modane and park up for the evening using a 10-hour drive. Yeah, good run so far though. Lovely weather, traffic's been kind. I don't know what this side view is going to look like, but I just thought it was a bit something different in it rather than looking straight forward and me gabbing on, because particularly coming up here from Turin up towards Frejus, you're running along the bottom of the valley and the good stuff is alongside you as well as in front, so a bit of a different view for you. We've just stopped here then in the service area. I only had about 6 minutes left because we were queuing on the way up. We just stopped in the service area for the Frejus tunnel. I've just been in and got a coffee and had a look around the shop, and then there's the queue for the tunnel. You can see in the distance there. We'll go through there in a bit, through the barriers, through the thermals and thermal checks and all the rest of it, and then down the other side, and it's about 40 miles in total, I think, to Tavern de l'Arc, where I'm going to stop tonight, all being well. Well, this is where you don't win any friends, unfortunately, because I'm going to head through here and hopefully push in somewhere near the front of the queue rather than having to wait. But I have been parked there for 3/4 of an hour on a break anyway. Through, and the man behind isn't flashing his lights or complaining, unlike the fella in front. Right, we'll pay, get through, and head up to tonight's park up. Well, this is the first time that I've been through this new section. It was still being worked on last time I was here. So let's have a look what this is like. Very new and posh. Well, that's a lot nicer tunnel to travel through. It's lovely and smooth, nice and wide, well lit, much better than the old one the other side, which is looks like the one the other side is one way, because you couldn't get access to it from the Italian side. So yeah, really nice.
Rolling down the highway, the sun shining bright. My Scania V8's roaring, what a glorious sight. With a heart full of freedom, I'm feeling alive. The wind in my hair, oh, what a vibe. Through the fields and the valleys, the landscape unfolds. Me and my truck, telling stories untold. From the mountains of Norway to the shores of the sea. When I'm in my cab, you know I'm truly free. So let's ride.